Hi, y'all. Jennifer Leday here with quick tips for women who want to live and lead by choice, not by chance. Well, somewhere between the sparkle of New Year's resolutions and the year-end deadlines, June rolls in. Just kind of quiet, unassuming, full of potential, but not making a big fuss. It's not really the beginning of the year, and it's not the end. It's halftime, y'all. And if you've ever watched a good halftime pep talk, you know that that's where momentum shifts, strategies align, and second half victories begin. So here's your invitation. Take a breath, take a beat, and take a look in the mirror. This is your opportunity to reset your leadership. Not because something is wrong, but because great leaders know that before they redirect, they need to reflect. Let me say that again for those in the back row. Great leaders know they need to reflect before they redirect. And the problem is, so often we don't want to take the time to do that, right? Well, let's be honest. January gets all the attention. And I gotta admit, I do love me some New Year vibes. I love the calendars and the planners and the fresh start energy. But mid-year is the real MVP. It gives you the opportunity to course correct, to recalibrate, to recommit once you've got the first half of the year's wisdom under your belt. So this isn't about scrapping everything. This is not about judging yourself. This is about just taking a moment to say, am I living and leading by choice, not by chance? Am I showing up as the kind of leader and person that I want to be? You might be looking for, your team may be looking for direction and will also benefit from you giving them the space and the opportunity to reflect. Because the thing of it is, leadership isn't just about setting the pace, it's about knowing when to pause. You're being watched, your team is watching you. And so when they see you practicing these things, when they see you engaging with them around this reflection, they're going to understand that this is an important part of our success. We need to take the time to reflect. So I'm going to give you a couple of questions to think about. And if you're a journaler, which I hope you are, or if not, just get any old pad and paper and jot down some answers to these questions. I got myself some notes right here. So that I don't forget them. But listen, you don't need a retreat to do this necessarily, although it's a great opportunity to come away from the day-to-dayness with your team and do some reflecting. And if you'd like to have a retreat with a facilitator who can help you through that process, you gal, okay? Here's a couple of questions to think about. So, real simple, real basic. Hello, what's working? What is giving me energy? What has given me the best results this year? What has felt most effective or aligned this year? Think about those things that are working. And then, of course, you want to think about how can you double down on those things? How can you do more of those things? And we won't get into it here, but Pareto principle, who was an Italian economist, realized that 80% of the wealth was owned by 20% of the population. And we apply those things to so many other things in life now. It's called the Pareto principle. But when we really get down to looking at and in this reflection, you may find that 80% of your results are coming from 20% of your input. So how can you do more of that input? 80% of your revenue is coming from 20% of your clients, whatever it might be. What's working and how can I do more of that? That's the question. Okay. Question number two, what's not working? I know this is like rocket surgery, right? So think about, where are you stuck? Where do you feel drained or off course? Consider what you might need to let go of, bless and release, rethink, or delegate. I know I work with a lot of coaching clients on delegating. That seems to be such a sticking point for so many people. But you got to be objective at this. Look at it and say, what's not working? What is sucking my time, energy, and life out of me? And you got to figure out a way to minimize that or to stop doing that. What do you need to bless and release? Now, third question, where have I grown so far this year? I love this question. Give yourself some credit for the love of all that's holy. This is a tough thing for so many high performing leaders. They don't take the time, they don't think they're worthy or deserving of credit for the things that they've done well this year. What have you learned? Leaders need to be not know-it-all leaders, but learn-it-all leaders. So think about what you've learned this year and how you're going to apply it into the second half of the year. This is such an important thing. Growth is not going to be like fireworks. It's often so subtle, it's gritty, and it's done through hard work. Often it's done in our discomfort zone. So the more we work through challenges, the stronger we become and the more resilient we become. So give yourself credit for having learned those lessons, for having put forth the effort and for having pushed through. Resetting does not require a grand reinvention. Sometimes it's simple as returning to something you've let slide. Maybe a healthy boundary. Yikes, I'm raising my hand on that one. But a morning ritual, a leadership intention that you've just kind of let slide. You've forgotten about. You got busy. It's okay. You're mid-year. You still got time. That's the beauty of this mid-year reset. As you reflect, try this. Choose one thing to recommit to. Something that brings clarity, energy, purpose. Let it be your anchor for the months ahead. Let it be your focus for the months ahead. You don't have to figure everything out right now, but you do get to choose your next right step. That's the important thing, choosing your next right step. Mid-year isn't a checkpoint to judge yourself, like how on track you might be. Please don't do that. Please don't use this process against yourself. Give yourself credit, give yourself some grace. You've still got time to recalibrate and to redirect, if you will. You've made it this far. Take a moment, take a breath, and take a look in the mirror. Lead on, not just with direction, but with reflection. So if this resonates with you, I got plenty more where that comes from. Let's get and stay connected. I don't know about you, but LinkedIn is making it really difficult for us to link up. So what I'd love for you to do is to connect with me on LinkedIn. And when you do, send me a LinkedIn message and I will send you my resource on the mid-year mirror. I'll send you some more questions you can ask yourself. You can work through it with your team. It's a pretty powerful resource that I think will help you to finish the year strong. And of course, connect with me at jenniferledet.com. That's LEDET.com. And you'll pick up all the resources. You can subscribe, follow all the good things the kids are saying these days. Until next time, may you have an awesome flip-flops tan or whatever the desert or mountain version of that is. And remember to live and lead by choice, not by chance. See you soon.